Hey guys, welcome to another Trade Genius podcast. Bob and Phil here. Guys, we're going to show you what the end looks like. Stay tuned.
Trade Genius.
Hey everybody, Bob, Trade Genius here. Peace, love, and Trade Genius. Spring into some savings with us right now. We got some great specials running. Market is in unprecedented areas right now. We think we got a good handle on it. Go to tradelikeagenius.com. Take advantage of our spring specials. Thanks for listening. See you later.
Bob, I know it's our job to present reality to the viewers, but this chart sucks.
Unbelievable. You know, Phil, I think we could talk 40 minutes here on this thing, but maybe this will be our shortest video ever. It's going to be a 1 minute video. Picture paints 1,000 words. Here, take a look at this chart, guys. How do we solve this problem? So we're at a point now where there's no more organic growth. It's all growth in government spending. In fact, I think we're at a point now where the country is officially, you say a country is socialistic if more than 50% of the GDP comes from government spending. We're there now. Really, what's interesting that's going to probably happen at the very end, if this is allowed to succeed, every company is going to basically have their profits taken from them, and incomes are all going to rationalize to even. And this is backdoor communism. And you're going to have, basically the elites are going to have all the assets so they can act as landlords over everything, and everybody else is going to be a slave to the system. This is where we're ending up, but it never ends that way. We're going to get some sort of break civilly before that happens. But this is what happens now when you have to use 2.5 times debt to produce $1 of GDP. Now, who cares about all that? How do we trade it? Well, there's going to be two choices here, right? Either they're going to do financial repression to drive interest rates down, so they can keep this sustainable, which we have a trade for that, gold, silver, TLT, and Bitcoin. And I think that's what's being sniffed out, Phil. Or they let it all go to hell, and then we have a choice for that. Gold, silver, Bitcoin, and TBT. So really the only thing we have to wonder about is, are they going to let the 10-year collapse, or are they going to drive the 10-year down? And in my view is they'll probably opt for financial repression at some point.
Well, I think ultimately at the end of the day, the bond market having a healthy demand for bonds probably is going to be an overriding factor. Somebody's going to have to buy this debt. I think the Fed wants to have a round of disinflation before they have to go back and buy debt, because that's inflationary. Whatever the ultimate motive is, I think immediately they are still trying to get this inflation under control. So probably at the end of the day, it's going to have to be, creating a situation where there's demand for bonds. So if that's the case, then, ultimately, I think interest rates will ultimately go down, right?
I think so too. It's interesting. A thought occurred to me, in 2000, they balanced the budget because they allowed a bubble to explode on NASDAQ, right. Then they destroyed it. And I think that's what they're doing here too.
Yeah.
I think they're letting a bubble inflate, destroy it, and then take their capital gains taxes and try to apply it to the debt. That's kind of my thinking. So I think when this bubble bursts, I think we're going to see some volatility here for them to create tax revenue, Phil.
It's funny because we're watching the markets and everything, and I know we got core PCE tomorrow, which everyone's going to be pouring over that. That's one of the more volatile data points now because of how sensitive we are to inflation, right? But and the core PCE is the main measure of inflation that the Fed likes. So if that comes in hot, I think the preliminary was actually a little hotter by a 0.1%, which isn't much, but what it's saying is that inflation is being sticky in that it's not coming down readily. So we'll have to see how the market reacts. I think we're seeing everything though that's kind of falling into place where you do have this blow off top, and I think it makes a lot of sense what you said about you're going to get cap gains from that stuff, and there's going to be a drive into bonds, which Yellen really needs, because she's going to have to be forced to now dole out the long end, right? Because she's juiced the front end to kind of prop the markets up. So the back half of this year and after the election, if they get reelected, and if she's still around, she probably won't be if they don't get reelected, but they're not going to formulate it like that. They're going to formulate it like they're going to be around for another 4 years. So they've pushed all of that, deferred all of that to the back end. So that means that a lot of liquidity is going to come out of the market, which is going to further hasten the downside, I think. But I'm with you. I think that it's kind of a coordinated plan at this point for tax reasons and then also for disinflationary reasons. And so I'm kind of sticking with the blow off top here. And then I think they're going to let a forest fire burn. And then we let the ground get scorched through 2025. And then we see green shoots come up after that.
Yep. That's the plan, guys. So we'll see if it plays out. Sorry for my voice. I don't know what it is. I just lost my voice. But thanks for listening. Check us out. Had some great trade. Bitcoin is going absolutely crazy. And I made a prediction at the beginning of the week it would hit all-time highs by Friday. I thought maybe at some point today it was going to go, Phil.
Go, Bob, go.
So it's going crazy right now. So I think they're sniffing something out. And I think we're going to be in for Mrs. Toad's Wild Ride at Disney coming up here.
100%. Guys, let us know what you think about today's podcast. What do you think of this chart? Love to hear your thoughts. Also, check out our specials over at tradegenius.co. If you would like to be in a room with traders bouncing ideas off of each other, head over there and we've got various different packages depending on what you're interested in. All right, Bob, thanks. And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Take care.
Trade Genius.